Hello and welcome to this week's Productivity Enhancer. Today we're going to talk about overlaying a photograph or aspects of a photograph over a shape to add either texture or color or both to that shape. Now there's a couple of different ways to achieve this effect, so we'll take a look at a few of them. The quickest way to accomplish this is to add a vector mask. So what we're going to need to do is, first of all, convert our background into a layer. So I'm just going to duplicate this layer and ditch the background. And now our photograph is just a regular layer. So next we're going to have to create the shape or pull up a shape from our shape menu, or we can even use text. All of those options are available when you want to overlay the image onto a certain shape. So now what we need to do is go up to Layer, we're going to add a vector mask, and we're going to reveal all. And if we take a look over here, you can see that that vector mask has been added. It looks like a regular adjustment layer, but by hovering over it you can see that it's actually a vector mask. So next we're going to have to find the shape that we want this image overlaid on top of. So I'm going to go ahead and use our custom shape tool, and here under our shapes you can see that we have a lot of different choices, and I have all of them loaded, and the way to get all of your shapes loaded is to just toggle down this little wheel here and click all. Since they're already up, I'm just going to hit cancel, and there you go. So I'm going to choose this sun right here, and next here's the important step. Now we need to make sure that we don't have shape selected, because if we did, that would just create another shape layer, and we don't want that because our vector mask is on this background copy layer right here. So we want to make sure that path is selected. Now all we have to do is drag out that shape, and there you go. That vector mask has been created by this vector shape, and the image is showing through that vector mask. Once this is accomplished, we can go up to Layer and add a new layer style. How about add an outer glow to further contribute to this sun, and make it a little bigger. And I'm going to create a brand new layer by hitting Control-Shift-N and just hit enter, and there's a new layer, and I'll fill that in with black, and that'll show us a little bit of the glow that's shining through. And we can actually bump that up a little bit. There you go. We have our sun with this bright orange color that is shining through that vector mask with an outer glow. So that's one way, very quick and easy, but since this is Photoshop, it's obviously not the only way to accomplish this effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and trash this vector mask, and we'll start again. Our layer style still stays associated with that layer, and this layer, this black layer down here, we don't need to worry about, so we'll leave it there for now. So the second way that we can accomplish this effect is kind of the opposite. We're going to choose our custom shape tool again, but instead of path, we're going to change it to shape. And then we're just going to pull out that custom shape, just like so, and now we need to create a clipping mask. But we can't create a clipping mask as is. We're going to have to change the orientation of these layers. So I'm just going to grab the background copy and bring it above the shape layer, and now when I create a clipping mask, it will clip away everything on that top layer, leaving just the bottom shape layer with the background copy overlaid on top of it. We can drag our effects right down to our shape layer again, and we essentially accomplish the same exact thing. So with the shape layer, we can create a different effect by copying this background layer. I'm just going to hold down the Alt key and pull it right below, and then we can drag the opacity down, and then we can move our shape layer maybe up in the corner there, make it a little artistic. So that's a real easy way to achieve a pretty cool effect with very minimal steps. So also by using this clipping mask technique, we can create multiple shapes and use the clipping mask all at once to create all kinds of interesting shape layers. So again, we want the custom shape tool, and your short key is U for the custom shape tool. And again, we want to make sure that we're on a shape instead of path. And then we can just drag out as many different shape layers as we want. And then we can drag that background copy up here. And let's go ahead and group these all together. So I'm just holding Shift and clicking the top and the bottom shape, and then Control G for group. Make sure that the top layer is selected for when we create our clipping mask. And there you go. So now we have 5 different shapes, each one highlighting a different aspect of the photograph from which they are clipped. And then you can go ahead and move individual shapes. And put them wherever you want them, and you can see that the photograph underneath is not moving, it's just the shape on top. So this gives you a lot of flexibility, such as being able to add different layer styles to each individual shape. Let's say that you want an outer glow for this one. want to bump it up too high. Then we could grab a different one and add a different layer style. How about a stroke? And then we can just increase that stroke however we'd like it. And there you can see we have different layer styles for different shapes. And just for fun, let's go ahead and try this with text, just to show that it doesn't have to be a shape. Let's move this back. So we can go ahead and grab our text, and let's bump this down to about 60. And just move this somewhere over here. Once we move our background copy on top, we can create that clipping mask, and there's our text, sunshine. And we can move it wherever we think it looks best, just like so. So that's a few different ways to overlay a picture over a custom shape or text. All of these techniques are very quick and easy, and great ways to add a texture to your shape or text. So thanks for watching this week's Productivity Enhancer. Until next time.